Hi, boys and girls. Mrs. Barber again. This week, we thought we would talk about sea turtles and maybe some ocean life, other ocean life you might be familiar with, and start to talk about some summer things. So this week, we're going to talk about sea turtles, a hermit crab, and a whale. And next week, we'll start to talk more about other fish and things you find in the ocean. So if you want to be prepared for next week and you have some books on the ocean, look through them. Get ready. Pick out your favorite thing. You can even email us and let us know what you'd like to know. And we'll be happy to help you with that. So this book today, Tammy Turtle, came from a place in Florida. Florida, you can see the sea turtle nests up on the beaches. We had the privilege of watching not only a nest, but the little turtles hatch and head to the ocean. And that is so much fun if you ever get a chance to do that. There are different kinds of turtles that land on their beaches, and I forgot what this one is about, but it's Tammy Turtle, A Tale of Saving Sea Turtles. Let's find out about a sea turtle. I like turtles. So, this time, there's a picture of the people who did the book. This is Suzanne Tate, and she's the author. And this is James Melvin, and he is the illustrator. He did the pictures in the book. We don't always get to see what they look like. Isn't that cool? So Tammy Turtle, A Tale of Saving Sea Turtles. I'm going to fold my book. I don't often do this. Please do not do this at home. One dark night, Tammy Turtle hatched from an egg in a sandy nest. You can't normally see all that. Isn't that cool? She had 100 brothers and sisters. Oh no. They hatched that night too. That's a lot of brothers and sisters. Would hate to share a room. Tammy and the other turtle hatchlings, that's what they're called, were very tiny. They needed help, but helpful humans had found the eggs 55 days earlier and checked on them every day. They were there to watch over the little loggerheads as they hatched. So these are loggerhead turtles. And the people watching over them work for a special place that takes care of the sea turtles down there. We should be heading for the sea, Tammy said to Tessie, her newly hatched sister. Yes, replied Tessie Turtle. Something tells me that hungry animals are all around us. Remember how tiny they are. But the baby turtles didn't need to worry. The helpful humans guarded them. They kept them safe from raccoons and ghost crabs. There's a little crab over here in the corner if you can see him. Oh, and the little raccoon's head, I knew he was in the picture somewhere, is poking up right there. He's waiting and watching. They're tiny, and it's hard for them to make it from their nest to the water. Oh, watch this. Suddenly, look at all these turtles. The nest began to boil. It boiled over with dozens of tiny turtles as they sprang into action. And that's just kind of an expression. There was a lot of movement. I don't think boiling is exactly what happens. The water glowed, and it showed them where to go. Tammy and Tessie and their brothers and sisters hurried toward it. Look at their little tracks they're leaving. Oh, this one's almost there. This one's almost there. Here we go, cried Tammy as they all slid into the sea. They kind of float when they first go in, and sometimes it looks like they're going to come back. Let's see if that's what they tell in this story. Nope. The waves washed over the turtles and turned them upside down. Oh, see? You can see their little bellies. Don't know if you can see them. The sea was a wild place. Hungry animals were there too. Fish. But every tiny turtle knew that it should head for deeper water and go fast. You know that word, go. Go fast. They all knew it without any grown-up turtle to guide them. Their mommies are way out in the ocean, or the sea as they like to call it in this book. So nature had given them a source of energy to escape their enemies. Now look, they're in their shell. My little guy came in a little eggshell too. For earlier, each tiny turtle had absorbed yolk from its egg. You know the yolk, that's the yellow part of the egg. So it absorbed it, and it gave them enough food to last 3 to 5 days. I don't think we would last 3 to 5 days with an egg yolk, but they did. They're tiny though, remember. The tiny turtles didn't stop for anything. They swam as fast as they could until they came to the Gulf Stream. Gulf Stream's a really cool place. A lot happens there. Let's see the next page. And the water was so warm in the Gulf Stream. They liked it there. And it was full of sea life. Look at this. A plant called sargassum weed floated in it. We often refer to that as seaweed. Oh, look, we can hide in this seaweed, said Tammy. See, even Tammy knows it's seaweed. And look for good things to eat, added Tessie. So they're hiding in it. They've learned to camouflage already at this very young age. They're very smart. The little turtles did find plenty of food in the Gulf Stream. Later, they drifted apart, and each one swam and ate and grew larger and larger. Looks like fun in the Gulf Stream. Several years later, Tammy Turtle became big and strong. Look at her now. She's a loggerhead, remember? I'll show you some different pictures another time. One day, Tammy was looking for food. This is the sad part, so I want you to remember this when we talk about taking care of our earth. She saw one of her favorite foods, jellyfish, or so she thought. Oh, I will gulp that down at once, thought Tammy, and she grabbed it with her big beak. But it wasn't a jellyfish. It was a plastic bag, probably left on the beach by careless humans. Tammy Turtle felt sick after eating it. Look her face. She doesn't look happy, does she? Poor Tammy. That's why we should never leave trash on the beach. Take it with you. She could not even swim very well. She was having trouble swimming. It gave her such a bellyache. The waves tossed the tired turtle, and she washed ashore. This is the good part. Remember those helpful humans? They're back. Again, helpful humans were there and found Tammy. Now, they didn't know it was one of the little turtles that they had helped before. They just knew she needed help. Well, maybe we can save this sea turtle, they said. We will take her to the place where she can rest and get well. So they knew how to handle her. You do not pick up a turtle unless you know how to handle it. But they knew how to handle her. And they took her to the Science Center, which was a special place where you can visit. You can actually visit one of those in Florida, and they will teach you about this. There are movies and places to see real turtles. So they took Tammy Turtle to a science center, and she was put into a large tank so she could swim if she felt like it, and cared for every day. Look, they're trying to feed her krill. Soon, Tammy was well enough to return to the sea. They don't keep them as pets. They're not meant to be. A tag was put on one of her flippers. This tag would tell humans about her if they found her again. So maybe if she got sick again and someone else found her, they could put that number in and get information about her and help her again. Then they took Tammy back to the beach, and a man came with his camera, and he put Tammy Turtle on TV. She's a movie star now. And a crowd of people came to wish her well. They're all taking pictures and they're saying, bye, Tammy. And then Tammy thought, well, humans really do care about me. They really do. But it's time to say goodbye. And she crawled into the sea and then did her favorite thing. Went swimming. Time passed. It was a long time. And Tammy became a fully grown mother turtle. Isn't that great? And one dark night, she crawled ashore. She came up on the beach to lay her eggs in a sandy nest. And this is really cool. You can see their marks on the beach where they've gone up to lay their eggs. And soon another turtle slowly dragged herself out of the water. Tessie, is that you? Cried Tammy. I've come to lay my eggs too, she said. It was a most amazing thing. Tammy and Tessie had come back near the beach of their birth to lay their eggs. Helpful humans again came to the beach and quietly watched the mother turtles. Now they don't show you this, but they dig a big hole in the sand. And they're going to put their eggs down in that sand and cover them so they're protected. So they quietly watched the mother turtles. The big loggerheads dug deep nests in the sand with their back flippers. It's cool. Oh, they're going to show you them laying the eggs, though. Tammy and Tessie acted as if they were in a daze. They didn't notice the humans at all. Their turtles quietly laid their eggs and then, using their flippers, covered the eggs with sand. It's really cool. Now I have a question. Do you think the turtles stay with their eggs until they hatch? When Tammy and Tessie were finished, they slowly crawled to the water. Nope, the eggs are on their own. They never looked back at their nests, and they swam away in the sea, just like their mother had done years before. And these are the little markings you can see on a beach, and you can tell a turtle's been there. Isn't that cool? And that's the end of Tammy and Tessie's tale in this book. I'm sure they led very happy lives in the sea. So I have my little turtle in the egg, and he can't be totally covered. And when he comes out, he's got a little shell. They have little tiny tails usually. These are the big flippers. And these are their little flippers that they use to dig that hole. And this little guy. And this one is a loggerhead, just like the one in the story. I just wanted to be sure. So this is what Tammy and Tessie might look like if you saw them in person. Really cool, huh? And this one is a green sea turtle, and I think I like them the best, but there are all different kinds. Maybe you can look some up with your moms or your dads and you can find out a little bit more about sea turtles. They're quite fascinating. Please remember when you go to the beach this summer, later on, to take your trash with you so another Tammy turtle doesn't get hurt. Thanks a lot, boys and girls. Bye-bye.